Hello there, welcome to week 9 of Project 52. New week, new track. If you are new here, the plan is to produce 52 tracks throughout 2025. One track per each week. Today we are starting week 9 as I said, so let's get right to it. So I don't know where I got the inspiration for this, but I found this sound from, surprise surprise, Analog Lab. And from that sound I just made this MIDI that plays like this. Added some drums. And then a bass. And that's pretty much all the intro that we have at the moment. The bass sounds like this. It's a modified preset from Pigments. Everything together in the intro sound like this. Which I think was really interesting. I don't know the genre of this track. If you know, let me know in the comments. I've heard this type of music, like, you know, lounge house music, poolside house music. That's not the real term, but if you know the genre, let me know. But then coming from the intro, everything kind of changes when we come into the drop, I guess. For this section, we only have the bass and the main sound lead. And then I'll just play you the drop as well, so you can hear how that sounds like.
Bring it back now. Wait, hold up.
I should actually maybe bring up the volume for you a tiny bit so it's easier for you to hear. So that's the drop and that's the idea so far this week. I have very little time to record today, so we are not probably going to get much done, but I just wanted to show you this idea and maybe we can add something to the drop before I have to leave the house. I'm not really sure about these chords yet. These were the last thing that I did before I started recording, and I'm not sure if I want to keep these. Without the chords, the drop sounds like this.
Bring it back now.
So it's still cool, I think, but it doesn't have pretty much any mid frequencies, nor high frequencies. I mean, the shaker comes in the second part, but in this first part, if you look at the spectrum analyzer, you can see that there's pretty much only low frequencies present. It's as if the whole track was low pass filtered. It's not that bad. I mean, I think it could be an artistic choice to keep it dark and minimalistic, which I think I want to do. But we might need a tiny bit more in the highs and the mids. So some sort of chords or some other sound on top of the bass could be cool. Let's try to find something that we could add on top. And then maybe we have time also today to make the second part of the drop, which I think we might change the bass line a little bit. But let's see. I don't know if we should bring the chords in only in the second part, just to keep the first one somehow, I don't know how to describe it. It could be better to introduce the chords only in the second part. Yeah, let's do that. But we still need to add something in the first one. I think it's a little bit too empty, or, well, I don't know. Maybe it's not too empty. Can't decide.
Bring it back now.
Do we need to add a third layer to the base? I don't know. I think it's too dark and I don't want to try to mess around with the timbre or anything of the other sounds, because that might destroy the whole relationship between the sub bass and the other layer. So maybe we could add one more layer. Probably my least favorite effect from the phase plant effects is the chorus. I don't think it sounds very good. I would like to have an option at least to have another type of chorus, but what can you do? Also, I never know what to do with the beat crush effect. I just turn the knobs until it sounds good to me. So maybe let's add a sampler just for the transient.
Bring it back now.
We are still missing a lot of frequencies in the...
Bring it back now.
Let me show you when the shakers come in. The 1K to the 6K region. Should we try to make this third layer to kind of live in that region? Higher. It's kind of too harsh if I make it as loud as we need it to be to fill up the space that we were missing, but if we bring it back down, it doesn't fill up the space anymore. So what's the point? It's tough to make minimalistic music without leaving a lot of gaps in the frequency spectrum. You really have to think through your sound design. So I'm gonna have to try to figure this out later. But last thing before I have to go in like 5 minutes. But let's try to find the right sound for the chords that we have here in the second part. And maybe also I was already thinking some sort of melody on top of the chords, but I don't know if we are going to add that. But let's find the sound first. Bass is starting to sound pretty repetitive towards the end of the second section, so we might have to change it after the first part. But we don't have to do it now, let's do that later. I think that's a good place to end for today. Sorry I wasn't once again able to do much during the filming. I think the idea is pretty interesting. We just have to find the right sound design and how to arrange the drop. I really do like the intro with this pad that I started the whole idea with, so maybe we can try to include that in some way in the drop too. I'll keep working on the track on the weekend if I have time. I don't know if I mentioned it's Friday at the moment, so we still have a good amount of time left in this week. I might not have the chance to record in the upcoming weekend, but probably on Monday I'll try to get one more recording for this week. It would be cool to have some content in this video without just me showing the stuff done earlier. But I'll see you in a couple of days, maybe after the weekend, and we'll keep working on the track and try to finish it then, so I have time to mix and master it and edit the video, so we'll get it out again on next Wednesday. Looking forward to it. See you then. Alright, welcome back. It's Monday and straight away I'm going to be completely honest with you. For the last 3-4 hours or so I have been trying to work on the track and get everything sounding the way I want them to sound, but I have not been successful. So I'm already kind of tired working on the track, but I just have to get one more recording for this video, so there's even some content. Also, as I said, it's Monday and 2 days to go and I have not started the editing yet. So we are again kind of in a rush, but that's fine. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe that'll force us to finish this track, which is already in kind of a good place. I have finished the arrangement, I think. The idea is still the same. I haven't changed that in any way, but I just added more of the same to make this full track arrangement here. The track is at the moment almost 4 minutes long, so a lot longer than last week's track, but the length usually comes naturally because of the type of song you're working on, so 4 minutes is good for this track, I think. So the main issue that I'm having and what I'm the most frustrated about at the moment is that I cannot figure out what type of sound we need for the drop bass on top of the sub bass that we have in the intro. For the last hour or so, I thought I found the sound and I started working on it, but then it just suddenly started sounding bad. I don't know why. I added some EQing and compression and even like multiband compression and stuff like that, trying to save the sound, but I just messed it up. And even without the effects, it didn't sound good anymore. I don't know why that happens. Like first it sounds good and then like 30 minutes later it doesn't anymore. So weird, I don't know. But I didn't want to spend more time trying to find the right processing chain or anything and just accept defeat and try to find a better sound. I also don't want to really sound design the sound myself because I don't know what I want the sound to be, if that makes sense. I've been trying to just browse some presets from Pigments. Let me play you some of the sections in this new arrangement that I have here. Here's the drop with the sound that I didn't end up liking, just for you to hear how the drop sounds like at the moment. And I'll also play some of the other sections. But here's the drop.
Bring it back now. Wait, hold up.
That's a drop. I'm so tired of hearing this track already. I just want to get this over with. There's way too much bass, but I don't know, maybe I'll fix that in the mastering part. That's maybe not a good common practice to do. And also the mixing in general is just terrible, but it's what it is. There's nothing we can do about it for now because we don't have time. So yeah, that's the drop. Then we go into this sort of section here, which is just a filler, I guess. And after that we go into something like this. Just a second drop, which is pretty much the same, and then we have an outro which sounds like this. That's that. So today I thought we could just try to finish the track somehow. I don't know how. I don't like it. I mean, I do like the idea, but again, my execution just didn't match my expectations in my head. So we just have to finish it. I think first changing the main sound in the drop, so this one. And then maybe adding some effects. And then maybe some mixing, and then I'll just master the track and we'll see how the finished track turned out to be. And then we'll forget about this week and move on, as we always do. But this one I really want to forget about already. That's a cool sound, but it's playing in a weird way. I don't like it. This is what I have been doing for the past 2 hours or so. It gets tiring real quick, but I'll try to push forward and force a smile. Because that's the only way of actually getting through this week's track, I think. Transition to is pretty bad. See, now this sounds good now, but in 30 minutes it doesn't sound good anymore. Why is that? That's so frustrating. So I guess I'll just go with this one. It's not my favorite sound that I've heard while browsing through the presets earlier today, but just gotta make a decision here. Otherwise we are not going to be able to move forward. I'm so disappointed that we had to settle on a sound like that. I mean, this track had potential, I think, but I've just worked on it too much now, and I don't feel like working on it anymore.
Hold up.
It's so muddy. The mix is so muddy.
Bring it back now.
We could automate the volume in this pre-drop thing. It's still so muddy, I can't... Like, I should just edit the preset directly of this main sub bass here, but I don't know pigments well enough to actually start playing around with this. I would just mess up the sound completely. No, this doesn't make a difference. Yeah, it's for sure this one. I mean, hey, we have nothing to lose. I mean, the track, of course, but... Okay. No idea what this is. What is this? How's the sound like without my changes? I think I've made some changes here already to make it better fit the track. But because I started messing around with it anyway, let's just reset the preset. Reset the preset. I'm scared. Alright. Now I don't know how to get it back. I'm so done. Oh my. I just had to mess everything up, didn't I? What are we going to do? Let's search for... No! Let's search for a new preset for the bass as well. Do we need all these? Maybe let's get rid of these, because it's just silly to have this much processing. And now it's ridiculously loud. So let's take it down in volume. This bass was literally my original idea with this synth here. And now I'm changing it. Why would I do that? This is just the worst. No, we can't do it. We have to use the same one. But it's so muddy, I don't want to use it. This is for sure the most frustrated that I've been in this challenge so far. I just don't want to hear this bass line anymore, but I just have to keep going. I think I'll have to continue tomorrow. I need some fresh air. I really want to film one more session with a more upbeat note where I'm not literally losing my mind. But I really don't know if I have time tomorrow. And tomorrow is Tuesday. And on Wednesday I have to release this video. So I think I'm gonna just finish the track tomorrow off camera, but I just don't have time to film anymore. So this has to be the last footage for this week. I hate to leave the video like this. I'm just so done listening to the track for today. I've heard it like 5 million times. So I just can't. I can't. I'm gonna have to end for today. My apologies for not getting anything done. I don't think I added anything to the track while I was filming. Like last Friday, I just showed you my idea. Today I've messed up the idea. So this week's video is probably going to be a terrible one, but I'm glad that you still watched it. It means a lot to me. I still kind of like the track, even though I don't feel like it at the moment. This is how it turned out. Well, I don't yet know how it turned out because I still have to finish it, but I think it's going to be fine. So I don't know what else to say for this week. Again, thanks for being with me here. It means a lot to have somebody actually watching these videos. If you'd like to join the challenge of producing 52 tracks in a year, there is a link in the description that takes you to the 6th Sample Discord server. And there we have this Project 52 text channel where you can share the weekly tracks and listen to other people's tracks as well and give feedback and ask for feedback and just chat and get to know people. If you liked the video, I hope you did. Press the like button. Also, if you'd like to see the future videos that I'm about to release in the coming weeks and in the coming months, press the subscribe button below. Also, I'd love to know your thoughts on the track once you hear it in 30 seconds or so. Hopefully it's good. So this was week 9. Here is the track. I hope you like it, and I hope to see you next week for week 10. Bye bye.